ever had a scenario where a LastPass user leaves the organization and you have to assign all the passwords to another user who's replacing him? Do you really have to clone the account, export it, and share it with the other person? Shouldn't there be an easier way to transfer it? Or worse, imagine if one of your LastPass users who just left the organization had shared passwords with other people within the organization. What happens to the shared folder? Will my team lose everything, or can I do something as a super administrator? Hello, I'm your host for today. My name is Ranjeet Mani, a senior solution consultant in LogMeIn. On today's episode, we will be talking about the super administrative controls on LastPass. LastPass provides you with role-based access and includes three primary roles. The end user. These are users who can use the tool for saving passwords, logging into single sign-on applications, and use the multi-factor authentication. The second one is an administrator who can add or remove users, pull out reports, integrate LastPass with other applications, control user behavior, and many more. But finally, we have a super administrator. Now, as a super administrator, you have the option to reset passwords, get granular access to shared folders, and transfer accounts. As a part of the super administrator functions, we'll be looking at the following controls today. As you're aware by now, LastPass follows a completely zero-knowledge model. Which just basically means LastPass does not know your password to send you temporary passwords in the event that you forget your master password. So what if a user locks himself out? This is where, as a super administrative control, you can unlock your user's password using the master password reset policy. As a part of the super administrative control, you also have access to every shared folder within your organization. LastPass is designed to add the super administrator as the owner of the folder, and this allows a user to own every shared folder within the organization. So if the user were to leave the organization, the super administrator can assign that shared folder to another person. Finally, a super administrator has the controls to transfer credentials securely and easily without having to export it and import the password to someone else, or in worst case, not having to spend a lot of time. Let us now take a look at how you can enable the super administrative controls and how to utilize the super administrative functions. The first thing you need to do is to log into your administrative control. To log into your admin control, you need to click on the LastPass extension that's available on your browser, go down to the admin console and click on the admin console. When you click on the admin console, you're going to be automatically taken to the dashboard to view all the status of the machine. However, in this particular case, we're going to be looking at primarily the policy section. Under the settings, you will find the LastPass policies. Now, first thing you'd notice is that LastPass has over 100 odd policies. However, what we are focused on are the policies related to the super administrator, which can be found under the recommended policies. As a super administrator, you have two primary policies. The first one is a super administrator who can reset the master password of every user. Next one is, as a super administrator, you will notice that you also have the ability to add yourself as a user for every shared folder. To add yourself as a super administrator, all you need to do is click on Edit, which is going to show you the list of all the users who are there within your organization or within the administrative control, and you just need to enable that particular user. Keep in mind, for a super administrator role to be in effect, you need to log out and log back into your account. Once you have successfully able to set yourself as a super administrator, in the event that you need to reset a user's password, all you need to do is go into your users list, search for the user using the search bar on the top right-hand corner. And once you find the user's account, the first thing you would need to do is either disable or lock him out of every account that is already active in, and click on the More options to find the Reset User Master Password option. Now, when you click on the Reset Master Password for the user, what it basically will request is for you to enter your super admin credentials. This is primarily required for you as a security measure. Once you enter your super admin credentials, you'll be logged in to enter the new master password for the user, and also you can force the user to reset their master password once they log in. Keep in mind, some of the times you will not see this particular option because of a couple of reasons. And the reasons, along with the frequently asked questions, can be found in the link in the description below. The next super administrative policy that you can find under the policy section is the ability for you to add yourself as a super administrator to every shared folder within the organization. Now, when you have logged yourself as a super administrator, and if you go back into your vault and under the sharing center, you will now see every shared folder within the organization and a line which says that it is shared by policy. So these are all the shared folders where people have been creating and have been sharing with other team members. However, a copy of that is automatically assigned to you. So in the event that the actual owner of the particular shared folder were to leave the organization, you can actually take the ownership and assign it to someone else who's going to be replacing it. You also have granular control in the event that if you find someone is actually sharing a particular password to someone who's not supposed to be, you can always remove their access or control the access by either limiting it from administrator to read-only or hiding the password. The final option we're talking about is where you want to assign the password to another user in the event that a particular LastPass user were to leave the organization and all the passwords to be tied to the other user. Now, in the admin center, let's just look at a scenario of a user's account who's just left this particular organization. In this case, I've got J LastPass. Now, this particular user has left the organization. The first thing that you need to do is disable this particular account. The moment you disable the account, if the end user had linked his personal account with the enterprise account, it gets delinked, and now you have the option to actually assign it to someone else. You can now click on the user email account, which is going to open up the additional settings. And once on the additional setting, when you click on it, you'll be able to see there is an option called as transfer account. When I click on the transfer account, it then highlights the users list. Now, this is where I can choose any of the users. In this case, I can choose one of the users called Jeff. And when I assign this to Jeff, what's going to happen is that it's going to assign all of J's passwords in a shared folder for Jeff. Now, so this is a scenario where you want to assign a particular user's passwords to another user in the event the first user were to be leaving the organization. Ultimately, more granular control over your admin permission means better security and improved oversight of LastPass in your organization. Now, with the help of super administrative controls, you can help your users by resetting the master password in the event they forget or lock their accounts. You can also view every shared folder within your organization, assign the right ownership, and finally easily transfer credentials from one user to the other user with just one click. That concludes our session today on super administrative controls on LastPass. If you have further questions about your super administrative features or in LastPass in general, feel free to use the learning resources available in the LogMeIn Partner Exchange portal. Or you can contact your assigned LogMeIn Territory Channel Manager for any technical queries. We hope you found this Mastery Moment episode useful. If you did, please click the like button and consider subscribing. If you also click on the bell icon, you will be notified of our upcoming sessions so that you do not miss any future Mastery Moments episodes. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to having you in the next one. This is Ranjeet Money signing off.